talking about the history or the origin of this particular infection, how did we get here so that we can prevent this again? So, with your immunological view and lens, how did we get here? How do we prevent this from happening again?
I don't know if there's any way to prevent this, but this is one of those myths of where did this virus come from, right? So I'm sure everyone has heard that, the virus was deliberately created. But we know from research that's come out quite recently, March 17th, that aligns this virus, SARS-CoV2, with SARS-CoV, which is the normal version of this virus. And what we see with this virus is that there are 6 mutations that make it different. Okay. Now, of those 6 mutations, 2 of them affect how this virus infects humans, and 2 of them affect the virulence of this virus. And so we say, okay, well, this is what's different about this virus versus other viruses. So where did they come from? Where did this virus come from? And there's 2 possibilities. One, well, there's more than 2 possibilities, but there's 2 possibilities based on the mutations that we're seeing. One is that it came from animals. And the 2 animals that have been suggested are bats and pangolins. And I had to look up a pangolin because I had never seen a pangolin before. It's a very weird looking animal that kind of looks like a cross between an anteater and a bird. So it's like an anteater with feathers. Anyway, the bat has one of the mutations that makes this virus so it makes it target the systems that it does. And the pangolin has all 6 mutations. But the mutations are not as specific as the one that the bat does. So those are the 2 places that we think it probably came from, is the bat or the pangolin. The other possibility, and this is a real possibility because a lot of people have described symptoms like this ranging back to November. So the possibility is that it came from SARS in humans, and that we had a coronavirus that was circulating back in November, and it mutated to bind really strongly to the lung cells that we're seeing it bind to now. So those are the most likely places it came from. So what does that mean? Can we control viral mutation? To date, we don't know how to control viral mutation. Evidence of that is the flu. We know flu mutates every year. So how do we prevent it in the future? You don't really, this is Gaia. This is how we interact with our environment. And that's what happens.